An important key to holistic health is to reconnect with your natural energetic cycle. We do not exist in isolation on planet Earth. We are always under cosmic influences. The solar cycle, the lunar cycle, and the daily cycle. Being able to live in harmony and in accordance with these natural cycles is as important as it is challenging for human beings. Our fast-paced lifestyle has disrupted our natural energy flow, often with negative consequences for our holistic health, well-being, and vitality. The natural cycle is a set of unique frequency programs developed by Nuno. It is designed to reconnect us with our innate sense of being in tune with nature. 5 steps for natural cycle. This video will show you the 5 steps to using the natural cycle programs, supporting you in reconnecting with your natural cycle. Step 1. Where do you live? In the first step, you need to identify your geographical position. Why is that? The reason is that gravitational forces are different throughout the planet. The force of gravity that affects Italy is different from the one affecting Germany. This is also one of the reasons for the multitude of cultural differences all over the world. As an example, I will choose New York. Step 2. Trigger dates. Now that step 1 has been completed, the next step is to select the day when you are going to perform a reconnection. These ideal dates are called trigger dates. As you can see on the right side, there are 8 ideal dates called trigger dates. Seasonal trigger dates. The 4 intermediate dates representing the season's manifestation are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Choosing the day and time. In this step, we will determine the day and time at which that equinox phenomenon occurs. As an example, I select the March equinox. For the location of New York, we can calculate the exact time and date of the beginning of spring 2022, which is March 20th, 11:33 a.m. The essential bits of data needed are 1. The day as March 20 and 2. The hour as 11:33 a.m. Step 4. Phase of the moon. In this step, we will determine the phase of the moon that will occur on the day of the equinox. Let us check the lunar calendar. For New York, you can calculate the moon phase on March 20th. Since it is a full moon on March 18th, we can safely assume that the 20th is still a full moon. The moon will be here at this point in time. Step 5. Let's now gather all the info that we have collected so far. In the first 2 steps, we determine the starting points. In the next 2 steps, we determine the cosmic influences. Solar cycle, March 20th, daily cycle, 11:33 a.m., moon cycle, full moon. Now let's determine the right frequency programs. Choosing the right frequencies. To calculate the correct frequency program, we use the oxidation reduction diagram with the meridians. First, we have the hour in the daily cycle. Based on the meridians, the heart is the organ that will be most active at 11:30 a.m. On the oxidation reduction chart, let's see where this date is. It is acid and represents the large intestine. On the same chart, let's see where the full moon is. The full moon lies between the stomach and spleen, pancreas. We have determined these 4 organs and will now select just one. Now you add up the time and date vectors to get a single vector. Then you add the resulting vector to the moon vector. And here you have it. You have 2 main options, stomach or spleen, pancreas. Note, if you are not able to choose one of these 2 because it happens to be in the middle of the night, you can select one of the other options. All these steps are performed for you automatically in the Heal Advisor Natural Cycle module. Now, how does it all work in practice? Let me show you. Natural Cycle Frequency Session. How to prepare for the activation session. Getting your body ready is very important. To this end, we recommend that you drink 2 glasses of water, 1 glass of water 30 minutes before, and 1 glass of water 15 minutes before using the activation frequency program. Make sure to drink another glass of water 15 minutes after the activation frequency program. The frequency session. A frequency session is made up of 2 parts. Activation, the organ that we selected from step 5 is activated first. The activation frequency program lasts 18 minutes. Don't forget to drink a glass of water after you finish the application. Stabilization. The stabilization frequency program lasts 30 minutes. There are 2 programs, for daily rhythm and solar rhythm. It is best to use daily stabilization for the first 4 weeks until you feel aligned with your daily cycle. Some indicators for this are when you wake up well rested and refreshed, empty your bowels in the morning, and fall asleep easily at night. After finishing the daily stabilization phase, switch to the solar stabilization program. Here you see an overview of all the steps that a natural cycle frequency session includes. The natural cycle frequency sessions. Reconnecting with your natural cycle should begin on the date that you selected in step 2. In our example, the day would be March 20th, and the activation of the pancreas and spleen would happen between 9 and 11 a.m. Continue clockwise with your second session after applying the first activation program. Then apply the ensuing activation programs in each of the next sessions. Any session for an organ that would be active during the night and your sleeping phase may be skipped. The 2-hour window when the organ is active is the best time to apply the natural cycle programs. Until then, prepare your body, drink enough water, and use the Pure program from the Gold Cycle program group twice a week. It is best to apply the Pure program first thing in the morning. Additionally, you can continue to use other Healy programs. You should perform the frequency session when the organ selected in step 5 is most active. For the spleen, pancreas, this would be between 9 and 11 a.m. If the organ you have chosen does not happen to be active at a convenient time, for example in the middle of the night, you can choose the nearest organ at a convenient time, located between the vectors of the moon, of the day, and of the hour, determined in step 5. For example, instead of applying the lung meridian program between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you can use the stomach meridian program between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. The frequency sessions should be applied on Thursdays and Fridays, and you should rest during the weekend. Stop applying the frequency sessions when you feel that you are aligned with your natural cycle. You need to choose one of the trigger dates to end your protocol. You can repeat it in the future. For example, when you start on the 20th of March, you could finish on the 11th of May if you feel aligned with your natural cycle. You could then start the natural cycle again on the 21st of June. In this case, you need to determine the most suitable organ again.